The Pampack captains are number 34, Logan Little, number 1, Matt Black, number 10, Mark Halbert, and number 5, Sway-Sean Poe. For Kinston, the captains are number 8, Nico Luder, number 2, Cameron Webster, number 53, Andrew Goyette, and number 15, Jarquez Bizell. Your captains for this evening's game.
How are you? Tired. You're tired.
My son's in between teams.
He's not teaching.
6, 7.
He's working at the high school, he's not teaching.
What's that there for?
He's in the All I know is he's happy as a
Well, back in 5 years.
He's happy as a
The captains of both teams have met at midfield with the officials. The Pampack has won the opening toss, and the Pampack has elected to defer till the second half. The Pampack will kick off to begin this evening's game, and they will defend the northwest goal here at Wagner Stadium here in the first quarter of tonight's game. Kinston will receive the opening kickoff, and they'll be defending the southeast goal here tonight at Wagner Stadium. The officials this evening are from the East Carolina Football Officials Association. The back judge is Henry Rice. The line judge is Donald Roberts. The head linesman is Kevin Sams. The umpire is Pat Dostick Jr. The referee is Ken McDonald. Fans, it's almost time for Monday Night Pampack Football. On your feet, fans, here comes Washington.
Getting set for this one. The horn is sound. Television cameras are on. And the radio microphones are the same way as well. So glad you're along with us on 103.7 WTIB. My name's Josh Graham. So glad you're with us. Archie Jennings here as well. And John McCormick is spotting for us. Back home in our 103.7 WTIB studio is Kyle Gallagher, who will update us with scores at halftime, even though this is a Monday night game and there aren't many high school scores. There are a lot of games to keep you up to date on that happened on Friday in high school East Carolina as well, the Carolina Panthers, and some sadder news that was national yesterday. But for now, Alden Paul will be kicking it off for Washington High School as he puts down the football at the 40-yard line. Standing back is Daynard Branch for Kinston at his own 5-yard line. He's the deep man. The Vikings will move from left to right. Alden Paul takes a couple of steps to his left. He will approach from the left, a right-footed kicker. And we're all set and ready to go here for Washington and Kinston right off the Pamela Cone. Fans are into it. Paul puts his right hand up. Looks to his left, looks to his right. Approaches the football at the 40. It's airborne, and it's an end-over-end kick that's fielded at the 11-yard line by Branch. He's going to run in between the hashes, now attacks left, has a hole before he's buried at the 35-yard line. And right on top of it's Turner Ragland to apply the stop.
Josh, we're really going to have to keep an eye on him on the kickoffs. I hope we'll be kicking off a lot tonight, but he took one all the way to the house against White Oak last week.
24-yard return before Ragland snowed him under. Here comes Cameron Webster. 111 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes against Southern Wayne. 2 kickoff return touchdowns in the game for Kinston, and also a defensive touchdown to boot. That was scored by Byron Harvey. 2 receivers to the right of Webster, 2 to the left. Standing next to Webster in the gun is Todd Ramsey. Washington showing a 4-3 look right off the hop. Webster looks over to his sideline, has 10 on the play clock. Here comes the first play from scrimmage for the Kinston Vikings. Webster wants the snap, has the snap, hands off to Ramsey, who runs right, breaks out of one tackle, shimmies his way across to the right hash mark before diving forward near the first down marker. He's brought down by Cooper Anderson, and it appears the sticks will be moving on the Vikings' first play from scrimmage.
From a game plan standpoint, Josh, we can't let that happen. We got to get Webster in passing situations.
Cameron Webster, after the 10-yard run by Todd Ramsey, calls the shots at the line, looks left, wants the snap, gets the snap, hands off to Ramsey. No, he keeps it himself. He's going to run up the middle on the read option, scoops away from one tackle before being driven down to the grass field, right across the middle of the field down to the 46-yard line. Michael Clark wrapped him around the waist and didn't let go. It's a gain of about 8 yards. Will set up second down and 2. But with this spot, it'll be second down and 3. They didn't give him the extra yard there. Still a 4-receiver set. First time trip to the right. Here's Webster. Steps back, throws deep down the left sideline, has a man out there, drops it right in on Daynard Branch, hauls it in, left sideline, out of bounds. A big gain inside the 10-yard line to the 8. A huge pass play there for Kinston. Has him set up first down and goal. Rontavion Floyd couldn't quite knock it away.
That's what we were talking about. Those matchups out there for the corners are really tough. Webster actually has a better touch ball than he does a hard throw.
It's a 41-yard pass for Cameron Webster. They're actually going to spot this at the 6-yard line, not the 8. Inside 11 minutes left to go, first quarter. No score between Kinston and Washington. Inside handoff goes to Todd Ramsey. He runs right side and will get about 2 yards on the stretch play in the gun. Austin O'Neill, playing with his hand in the dirt at defensive end, made the stop near side. That'll bring up second down and goal from the 4-yard line. Ball's at the right hash. 10 minutes, 35 seconds, clock moving, we're scoreless. First drive of the game for the Kinston Vikings. Snap is to Webster. He's going to run it straight up the middle himself. He burrows ahead. He's in. Touchdown, Kinston. 4-yard touchdown run for Cameron Webster. So open scoring. He is a big handle for anybody to tackle at 210 pounds, but only 5'10". He has a low pad level, and he just found the hole he needed to get into the end zone.
You called it. He's going to be tough to bring down all night, I'm afraid.
And now the extra point to be added here. And Kinston trying to add a player onto the field late. This should be interesting. Didn't have enough players on the field trying to add this extra point. Let's see what we have. Flags are on the field. Still 14 left on the play clock. And here comes the goal. Offsides on Washington. Ball's at the 4 at the high school level for point after try, so it'll be at the 2-yard line.
Looks like they're going to go for it. They have kind of a full house formation they use in this situation.
Bailey Blake is the kicker that came out, so now they will go for it with the ball placed just inside the 2-yard line. Here comes that full house formation. Snap is back through the hands of Cavante Bradford, the backup running back, and he's going nowhere. A handful of Washington Pan-Pac defenders dropped Cavante Bradford in the backfield, and it's Jaquez Ruffin leading the charge, bringing down the backup back on a Wildcat quarterback full house formation that was just a disaster from the start with the low snap. 6-0 is our score. Kinston's up with a touchdown drive on its opening drive that covered 65 yards. We're back in a minute on 103.7 WTIB.
The Kinston scoring drive was 5 plays, covering 64 yards, and took 1:36 off the clock. Number 7, Kinsey on the kickoff duty for Kinston. Jaquez Ruffin and Sway Poe are deep for the Pan-Pac. Number 4, Jaquez Ruffin on the return for the Pan-Pac. Flags on the play.
After the 65-yard touchdown drive, a split kick to the right side for Bailey Blake was fielded by Jaquez Ruffin, who returned it near the 34-yard line as officials now confer right in front of the Washington bench, leaving the discussion displeased. Head coach Fort Sawyer, the Pan-Pac is going to be sent back on a holding call, and the ball, we'll see where it's placed, will go down at the 22, or make it the 27-yard line at the left half. Touchdown drive, 65 yards, capped by the 4-yard touchdown run from Cameron Webster. Here comes Frederick Holster out for the Washington offense. 2 backs next to him, the 1 receiver. Snaps to Holster. He hands off to Poe. Poe tries to spin off tackle, can't, and he's brought down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. Stop applied by Tykel Harvey Grady and Andrew Goyen.
Kinston uses a 3-down front, but they actually walk up their outside guys like old-fashioned tight ends. It's like a 5-man front.
Inside 10 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Kinston after the point after try failed. Receivers wide to the right. That's Matt Black. Handoff goes to Sway Poe. He's brought down in the backfield. Draw play, and then can't break it outside. It's a big hit applied by Reginald Clark. He's snowed under Sway Poe for a loss of 3 yards. So it will be 3rd down and 13 from the 24-yard line. 9:22 left to go. Clock moving. Matt Black comes wide to the left, deep sets. 2 receivers, or 2 backs are out there. And it's a handoff left side. Hakeem Ruffin's first carry. He gets out of 1 tackle, goes near his own bench before he's pushed out near the 35-yard line. Denard Branch slammed him out there. A couple other Kinston players as well. Giselle Jacobs. Short of the first down. It should be 4th down and medium here, which would be punt.
Got a flag
most
down.
times for Washington, but a late flag came in, and it appears it's going to be called on Washington. Holding call on Washington. And if you're Kinston, I don't know why you'd accept this. So they're going to move them back at the spot of the foul. 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 13 was the last down. So the ball goes back down to the 11-yard line. Washington has to get to the 37. So it's 3rd down and 26 for Washington High. Snaps the holster. Another handoff left side. Here's Hakeem Ruffin. Snaps out of 1 tackle before he is capsized at about the 18. Gain of 7 yards. Cavante Bradford sent Hakeem Ruffin airborne and in the process brought him down. Inside 9 minutes left to go, first quarter. 6-0. Kinston's up and punt unit is out for Washington High School. Early on, Kinston has been getting lower and not allowing Washington to find many openings. Tyler Harrell is out here to punt, it seems, because Ben McKeithen's not here. Giselle Jacobs had the stop as well. Dropping the snap is Harrell. Can he get it off? He does. And this one bounces once at the 48, takes a Washington bounce across the 50, and will be stopped at the 47-yard line. So it's a punt of 38 yards or 33 yards, where Kinston will take over now.
Yeah, you know, we're going to be okay with Auburn Paul at place kicker, but we're going to miss Ben in the punter slot.
Tyler dropped the snap and still got it off. It was good protection for Washington, but to Kinston's credit, they weren't sending everybody until they saw the ball was on the field. So here's Kinston's second drive. First drive ended with a 4-yard touchdown run by Cameron Webster, capping a 64-yard drive. Short sets for the 3 receivers out there. The back in there is Taj Lindsay, and faking the handoff to him as Webster runs right in the read option. He'll get a short gain just outside the hash marks, near the numbers, as Quayshawn Gaynor, that outside backer who is so key when you're talking about the read option, is able to run him down for a gain of 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up from the 47-yard line.
It's assignment football at that point, Josh, and I know John Blank's got him ready for that.
7 3/4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Kinston on top of the Washington Pan-Pack. Trips receivers left, 1 to the right, near side of the field. Moving from left to right, Kinston runs things with its quarterback, Cameron Webster, who looked over to his sideline, may have changed the call. Taj Ramsey is with them in the backfield. Snap is to Webster. Screen set up right side, but no one's there. He was looking for Giselle Jacobs and one of those jet screens from the left side running right, but there was some kind of miscommunication after the front end of that Washington defense came in and Walter Carter applied the pressure. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Kinston. Big play early on. 7:25 left to go from the 47-yard line. Kinston needs to get to the Washington 46. Fans getting into it early. Trips receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap is to Webster. He fires one across the middle, off the fingertips of Anderson, who nearly picked it off. It falls to the field incomplete. Washington holds on Kinston's second drive as the punting unit comes on.
Josh, Webster's bird dogging his pass routes a little bit. He looked over at Bizzell at least 5 times before he snapped the ball. Cooper noticed it and jumped that route.
Washington's secondary has been terrific the last couple weeks. Nazir Hardy has a couple of interceptions for the Pan-Pack. Had them both against Roanoke Rapids. One with it being an 8-point game, and he had some lanes and nearly returned it back for a potential tying score if they got the 2-point conversion. However, Roanoke Rapids defense held and stalled out Washington in the final moment, and they survived 26-18. As the punt came back to Kinston, a ball, the play was stopped and the officials came on. Dontora Kinsey is the punter for Kinston. Delay of game on the Vikings. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. That'll move them back to the 42-yard line, bringing up 4th down and 14.
We've been waiting for Matt Black to break one. This could be it.
Black stands back near half. at the 25-yard line. Snaps back to Kinsey. Here comes the rush. Kinsey gets it off. Black's going to get away from it. Takes a bounce at the 35-yard line. Getting his hand on it first was Byron Harvey to send it back towards midfield. Washington will take over with great field position at its own 34. So here comes the Washington offense again, trailing 6-0 with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Beautiful night for football on this Monday night. We remind you, if you're expecting to hear the presidential debate, the first one of this campaign season, well, we will rejoin coverage of that after this game concludes. First down and 10. Frederick Holscher didn't like what he saw at the line. Blitz appeared to be coming up the middle. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver right. That's Matt Black. Snaps to Holscher. Fakes the handoff. Sets his feet. Throws across the middle. Got Drew Ferguson at midfield. First down, Washington High.
That is the connection we've been looking for since preseason. Drew can really run a route, can haul the ball in, and Frederick put it on the numbers.
The amazing thing, Archie, that's Drew Ferguson's first catch of the season. 17-yard gain to the 49-yard line of Kinston High School. Ball's at the left hash. Washington gets to the line. 1 receiver's left, that's Black. At the right side of the line is Ferguson. 2 backs in the backfield, Hakeem Ruffin and Sway Poe. Holscher from one knee has the snap, hands off to Poe, who's brought down for a loss of 1. It was a bull rush right up the middle, and Tykel Harvey Grady, the 6', 240-pound senior, came right up the gut and stuffed that A-gap, bringing up second down and 11.
I'm really impressed with this Kinston front 3. They're as active as anybody we've seen this year.
The defensive coordinator is Corey Bryant after Ryan Gieselman wasn't pleased with his own coordinating of the defense in the last 2 seasons. Draw play on the handoff from the gun goes to Hakeem Ruffin, who loses the football, but it's recovered by Frederick Holscher after he got back to the original line of scrimmage. Nico Luter forced the fumble, but Frederick Holscher, your coach to follow the back in case something wrong happens. Frederick Holscher did just that, and he may have saved a potential big play for Kinston. If anything else, he saved the possession changer. 3rd down and 15 coming up. 1 receiver left. This is more of that wing T formation for Washington now, and it's going to be a delayed counter handoff up the middle left side. Now the run goes. Matt Black was patiently waiting for something to open up and scooted over to the left side of the line. He got a yard or 2, but Cavante Bradford got him for the tackle. Brings up 4th down and 13.
That's the play, Josh, we're looking for to take advantage of Kinston aggressively coming upfield, but it takes synchronization on that front line. I'm not sure we're there yet.
5 minutes, 22 seconds left to go. On is Tyler Harrell for the punt. He stands at the 35-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 48. He gets the snap, right-footed boot, and it's a good high spiraling kick. Fair catch called for at the 23-yard line, and it's grabbed by Giselle Jacobs, near side of the field between the hashes and the numbers. 5:10 remaining. Here comes the Kinston offense yet again. We remind you our sponsors are GW Walker & Sons at downtown Washington, East Coast Equipment, Delos Hospital Pharmacy, Lee Chevrolet, Williams Auto Body, Beaufort Community College, Vidant Beaufort Hospital, Nationwide agent Dave Alton, The Rich Company, and Potash Corp. Aurora. Oh yeah, Rod Cantrell of Edward Jones Investment Group as well. 6-0 is our score. Ball's at the near hash. 3 receivers to the left of Cameron Webster, 1 to the right, and the back is Taj Ramsey. Webster claps his hands, motions the running back. Snap is to Webster, throws to the left side, and it is caught by Ramsey out there, but he is brought down to the backfield. Uriah Lawrence telegraphed the play completely, and he stopped at the 15-yard line, but there is a penalty flag on the far side of the field.
I think we got a face mask, Josh.
That would be crushing for Lawrence and for Washington, because it seemed like that was going to be a big play with momentum and field position starting to work in the Pan Pac's favor. It was a great punt that covered 29 yards, but no return on it. 5-yard face mask penalty hurts you not just in yardage, but also just of what could have been with the tackle for loss in the backfield. But since it happened in the backfield, that 5-yard penalty is still going to result in a loss. First down and 11 at the 22. 3 receivers near side right. Snap comes back to the quarterback, Webster. He's going to roll right. He wants to run. He's brought down on the flat by Quayshawn Gaynor, who got him. But we'll see how much of a gain he ends up getting. Looks like he's going to get about 2 or 3. 3 yards to the 25-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 8.
Run pass option there. Washington had really good pursuit, though. Got it covered.
Washington showing a 3-4 defensive front. Usually they like creeping that safety in where Cooper Anderson's at the strong safety spot, but he communicates with Jaquez Ruffin and retreats. 4 receiver formation in motion from the right side of the line to the left is Jontora Kinsey. Screen pass comes left. Right into the hands of Branch. He breaks out of 1 tackle. He is trouble. Gets to the far sideline. 50, 45, 40, foot race, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 75-yard touchdown on the screen left. You don't bring Branch to the ground the first time, it's going to cost you, and it cost Washington there. 12-0 Kinston now the score.
They spread the field so wide that it's almost like an orchestrated punt return.
It was a delayed screen of about 5 yards left side that Webster hit Branch right in stride 4. And then after breaking out of 1 tackle, a block came open for him. And then he has the speed to really break it open. 75-yard touchdown for Denard Branch. And 12-0 now the score. And Kinston wants to go for 2. Short sets with 2 receivers to the right of Webster in this formation. 1 to the left is Denard Branch.
We're setting up around the read option here.
Taj Ramsey's the back. In motion comes Branch. It is a jet sweep. Here's Branch running right. He's not going to get there. Short of the goal line, and it will remain 12-0 Kinston. 4 minutes left to go first quarter. We're back in a minute for more play-by-play action on WTIB.
Number 34, Logan Little, who made the first hit for the Pam Pack. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Kinston 12, the Pam Pack nothing.
8.
Jontora Kinsey will be kicking off for Kinston. Jaquez Ruffin, along with Sway Poe, are deep for the Pam Pack.
Left to go first quarter. It's 12-0 Kinston after a 75-yard touchdown connection between Cameron Webster and Denard Branch. Jontora Kinsey's kickoff lands down at the 15-yard line where it's fielded by Jaquez Ruffin running left outside the hash marks, outside the numbers, near the benches, and he's across the 35 to the 36 before being tackled out of bounds. So Washington will have good field position, but 12-0 the score, and that's mostly because of the speed that Denard Branch has, Archie.
We saw it coming in. Out there on the edges, it's going to be tough all night long, and he can just break away and go.
In terms of the statistics, right now Webster has accounted for 130 yards, 115 through the air, and 15 rushing. Denard Branch, 116 receiving yards thus far. Snap is to Holscher, hands off to Ruffin. Nope, that's Sway Poe. He stiff arms out of 1 tackle, but he's still way behind the sticks, running vertically far side. He's dropped for a 4-yard loss, bringing up second down and 14 from the 33-yard line.
Again, that defensive front for Kinston is just really tough. They push up the field, disrupt. They love to do that.
Zell and Luter were in on the tackle for Kinston. Both of those are the safeties, so they're really pinching them in. And the Pam Pack has to keep connecting on pass plays. The only attempt that Holscher has had thus far was a completion to Drew Ferguson across the middle for 17. Snaps to Holscher again. Inside handoff goes to Hakeem Ruffin. He's up the middle and gets out to about the 38-39 yard line. Give him 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Washington needs to get to the 47-yard line, so it's really 3rd down and 8, 7.5 from the 39.5 yard line. Miles Moy dropped Hakeem Ruffin. Ball's right at the middle of the field. Washington moving from right to left. 1 receiver's right. 2 backs are in the backfield. Holscher hands off to Ruffin. He runs left, and he's snowed under for no gain. Tykel Harvey Grady once again not allowing much in the middle of that defensive line. He is such a big-time player for Kinston, and Washington will have to punt from its own 40-yard line.
Those guys up front really stay home for Kinston. They're so big, I'm not sure they can do anything but stay home, but they're there.
Washington has to be careful with Giselle Jacobs back, though. Speaking of someone who can really break things open, he's at his own 26-yard line. Last punt covered 29 yards for Tyler Harrell. Snaps back to him, right-footed boot, and this one's off the side of his foot, angling out to the 35-yard line, takes a bounce there and rolls slightly to the 33 before the Pan Pack gets on it. It's a punt of 27 yards. That's where Kinston will start its 4th drive of the first half. First drive covered 65 yards for a touchdown. Second one, Washington forced Kinston 3 and out. Third drive, a big pass play on a screen pass far side where Daynard Branch caught it at about 5 yards downfield and then covered the next 70 to make it 12-0. 1:41 left to go first quarter. 12-0 Kinston. 3 receivers right for Cameron Webster. He has the snap. Screen pass goes left yet again. This one's hauled in by Daynard Branch. He shakes out of 1 tackle again, but Washington gets him down for a gain of 8 yards on first down. Right at the middle of the field, it will be 2nd down and 2 from the 41-yard line.
Josh, he's really shifty and obviously has breakaway speed, but he's also a good-sized kid that can make you miss.
2nd down and 2 for Kinston.
2nd down and 2 for Kinston. Taj Ramsey moves from the right side of the quarterback to the left. We are inside a minute left to go first quarter. In motion from the right to the left of the line goes Nico Luter. Snaps to Webster. Handoff up the middle. Lindsey fumbles the football. Washington appears to be on it at midfield. We'll get the official call. Washington has it. Uriah Lawrence dives on it, and the Pan Pack forces the first turnover of the game.
That could be the break we needed. Ball popped out, went 10 yards in the air.
Oh boy. 50 and 4/10 seconds left to go first quarter. It's 12-0. Washington needs to capitalize here, though. So far, Frederick Holscher has completed his only pass attempt for 17 yards to Drew Ferguson, but Sway Poe has 5 carries for -8 yards. Hakeem Ruffin 3 carries for 11 yards in the early going. Kinston's making it hard to run. Sway Poe has the carry. He has room on the right side. Cuts back at the 45. He's across the 40 and has a first down for Washington at the numbers. It's a big run for Washington of 13 yards, and Washington has first down and 10 at the 38-yard line of Kinston.
Got a little momentum going here, Josh. A little buzz in the crowd.
Sway Poe has really been carrying the rock a lot the last couple of weeks. 17 carries in each of the last 2 weeks. Those are his career highs in terms of carries in a game. Clock moving inside, 40 seconds left. 12-0 Kinston. First down and 10 from the 37. Here's Hakeem Ruffin running left. He gets out to the near side of the field to the 35, and he burrows his way underneath of the tackle of Jacobs before going down at the 34. It's a gain of 3 yards. Giselle Jacobs has been very involved. He's a cornerback who has great instincts tackling. That may have been the last play of the first quarter, though. Washington comes to the sideline. 12-0 Kinston, your score after the first quarter of action here at Wagner Stadium in Washington. We'll return for the second quarter after a quick timeout. You're tuned into Pan-Pac Football on 103.7 WTIB.
That's the end of the first quarter.
The second quarter begins with Kinston High up 12-0 on Washington. You're tuned in to Pan-Pac Football on 103.7 WTIB. I'm Josh Graham. Archie Jennings is here as well. John McCormick, kind enough to keep stats and spot simultaneously. And Kyle Gallagher's back home in our studio. Washington High's moving inside the 35-yard line. The line of scrimmage is at the 34. Second down and 6 forthcoming for the Pan-Pac. And with television failing to come back from break yet, a little bit of extra time for Frederick Olshert to talk with his head coach, Sport Sawyer, who also calls the plays for the Pan-Pac. Washington breaks huddle. One receiver right's Matt Black. Two backs in the backfield. Second down and 6 from the 34-yard line. Snaps to Holshert. Play fake. Pressure coming on the far side. Holshert rolls out right. He can run. He gets to the 30. And he dives ahead inside the 27-yard line and will be close to a first down. He appears to have it for Washington. Good instinct, seeing the blitz come from the far side. Terquez Bizel couldn't get him down in time for the stop prior to the sticks. However, they're calling it short of the first down marker. I thought he had the 27. They marked him halfway between the 27 and the 28. So it looks like it's going to be third down and a couple of inches. My goodness. 11:31 left to go. They're going to bring out the sticks for this one. I thought he had it for sure. It wasn't the best spot for Frederick Holshert, but it was close. So the sticks come from the far sideline to the near in front of the Washington bench. And they'll measure this one just to be sure to see if the Pan-Pac has the first down. And he has it. It's not even close. 2 ball lengths. Frederick Holshert has the first down. So anyway, first down and 10 for the Pan-Pac at the 27-yard line of Kinston.
I think that was just a chance to get Paul Thompson and the rest of the chain gang out there.
One receiver's left. Sending him out there is Frederick Holshert. He has Sway Poe and Hakeem Ruffin next to him. Drew Ferguson's the tight end at the end of the line right. Snap to Holshert. Takes the hand off the Ruffin, hands to Swaypo. He fumbled the football, but falls back on it. And he actually got a gain of about 2 yards at the 25-yard line. Javante Bradford knocked it out. A good wherewithal from Swaypo to drop back on it and get a gain of 2 yards.
That's the second of our own fumbles we've recovered tonight. We got to keep the ball tight.
Swaypo responsible for both of them. Inside 11 minutes left to go until halftime. 12-0 Kinston's up on the scoreboard, but Washington's inside the 30. Snaps the Holshert, hands off the post. Spin move inside the 20. He's close to another Washington first down. At the 17-yard line is the line of scrimmage. It's a first down for the Pan-Pac, and Washington has entered the red zone.
Wow. That's the most extracurricular activity, as they say, you'll ever see without a flag.
I missed it. What happened, Archie?
They got locked up on the side, far side over there, and it was several seconds of action. Let's just say that.
I looked down looking at some of the numbers on this drive for Washington. which started after a turnover at their own 49-yard line. The fumble by Todd Ramsey resulted in Washington having this drive. Hakeem Ruffin gets the inside gut handoff, and he's going nowhere. No gain on first down. They'll give him actually a yard, I beg your pardon, on first down and 10 from the 16. Ball's at the middle of the field, second down and 9 from the 15-yard line of Kinston.
Kinston's really getting physical out there, Josh. We have got to match that on our side of the ball.
10-19 left to go in the second quarter. 12-0 Kinston. Snaps the holster. He has time to pass, but not too much time. He's going to be dropped for a sack. He looked right. His lone option was Black out there with a late developing route from Ferguson. Sack for Jarquez Bizel. The blitzing strong safety gets him, and it's a loss of 6 yards to the 21-yard line. Washington has third down and 15 to go from the 21.
With one gesture, Coach Sport Sawyer did a little coaching there. You got to get rid of that ball.
He rolled out of the pocket. That ball just has to come out of your hands. 9:35, 9:34, clock moving in the second quarter. Washington down 12-0. Ben McKeithen not available today for Washington. He hit his lone field goal attempt of the season at Roanoke Rapids. Snap goes to Holscher. He hands to Ruffin. Running left, trying to find that edge. He may have it on the far side of the numbers. Gets to the sideline, but he is short of the first down sticks. Getting out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Probably out and will be spotted at the 12 before Andrew Goyette pushed him out of bounds. Washington needed to get to the 7-yard line. So it'll be officially 4th down and 4 for Washington High, and they're going for it. That was a good enough game for Washington to think about it. 10 yards for Hakeem Ruffin on the stretch play left side. One receiver's right, that's Cooper Anderson. He doesn't have a catch this year. Two backs in the backfield, snap to Holscher. Running right is Sway Poe. Poe needs to cut something back. He's at the 10-yard line, dives near the sticks, but I think he's going to be just short. Jarquez Bizel hawked him down and will make it close. It's between the 8 and the 7 where the ball is spotted, but I think he needed to get just inside the 7 to get the first down. Washington short. Clock's moving when it should not be on the change of possession. 8:46 left to go when it finally stops. First down and 10 for Kinston at the 8-yard line.
And that's our point there, Josh. I mean, that's, not hanging it on anybody. That possession was a good drive for the Pack, but that 4 or 5 yards we lost on that sack, if we'd have thrown the ball away, we'd have been in a lot better position.
On the bright side, Kinston's pinned back here. Let's see if Washington can get after it on defense. 8:46 left to go. Three receivers are right of Cameron Webster, who has 2 touchdowns accounted for so far today. Handoff is a gut play right up the middle. And a tackle quickly applied to Todd Ramsey by Jaquez Ruffin. The Washington strong safety drops him for a gain of 7 yards. Second down and 3 coming up. 12-0's the score. Webster has a 4-yard touchdown run and a 75-yard touchdown pass to Daynard Branch. Both of those came in the first quarter.
Like to run the slant far side on this.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Kinston moving from right to left, and it's a read option, taking it to the quarterback. He runs up the middle, has the first down. He's across the 25 and dropped at the 26. Logan Little, Cooper Anderson, and Turner Ragland pursued, but it's a big gain on second down and 4 from the 14-yard line. 12-yard gain to the 26. Ball at the middle of the field. First down, Kinston Vikings.
When he gets to the second level, the matchup's in his favor, no doubt about it. He's a big kid.
Kinston won last year's meeting by a narrow score of 20-14. Washington won the previous 2, which caps the recent meetings. Those scores were by 21-0 and 26-21. Clock is idle at 7 minutes and 54 seconds. The officials are communicating with each other, and now they want it reset at 8 minutes and 2 seconds. So that happens. The clock begins to move. Three receivers split wide to the right yet again for Cameron Webster, and Washington showing a loaded box in front of the Kinston front. In motion from the right side of the line to the left is Luter. Snaps to Webster. He has time to pass. Looking. Now begins to run. Going left of the line. He's at the hash marks. He's at the numbers. He has the 35. He has the 40. He's pushed out of bounds and has another Kinston first down. Michael Clark pushed him into the Washington bench. But another big gain of 15 yards sets up Kinston nicely. This drive was started at the 8. But then you have a 6-yard run and then a 12-yard sprint and now a 15-yard run, and all of a sudden Kinston's in business.
Yeah, our contain on this side is on the right side of our defense has been a problem all year long.
Nazir Hardy is on the far side on the boundary, trying to mark Giselle Jacobs. On the near side, Rontavion Floyd is responsible for Branch. Here's a screen pass right to Luter, the inside receiver. He gets ahead and has a first down after getting out of one tackle. He's across midfield and down to the 47-yard line. The Vikings needed the 49-yard line. They got 13 on the play. And all of a sudden, here comes Kinston looking to add to its 12-0 lead.
Luter's another strong weapon for them. He's a two-way player, really skilled player.
There's a ton of skilled players. The question was whether or not Washington could get real pressure on Webster, and so far, the Pan Pack hasn't. All but one of the starting offensive linemen are new starters. Here is a broken play right off the jump with pressure that Webster throws into the flat. Dropped on the play far side by Bazell. Incomplete pass makes it second down and 10.
That was a savvy little play there. As Webster gets comfortable, he's starting to make some really creative decisions.
Sport Sawyer's walked away from the field, and he's out on the sideline. I guess with John Blank coordinating that defense, he kind of just lets him do his deal. He's standing out near the stands. Didn't appear to be happy with the way that last drive ended for the Pan Pack. 6:52 left to go in the first half. Kinston's up 12-0, looking to add to it. Line of scrimmage is the 47-yard line of Washington. Branch, Luter, and Kinsey are left. To the right, it's Giselle Jacobs. And penalty flags fly in. It's going to be a delay of game, I believe. Delay of game will move Kinston back across midfield to the 48-yard line. And that brings up second down and 15. Washington has moved so many parts of its defense, yet they still have produced results and giving the Pan Pack a chance to win games. Most recently against Roanoke Rapids, Havelock, it was only 14-0 at the break. We'll see if they can hold strong here with 6:52 left to go. Snap is to Webster. He runs left, pitches it out to Lindsey, who hauls it in with one hand, but it was behind him. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage before Logan Little dropped him. Near hash mark, Little blitzed in and tackled Lindsey for no gain. Third down and 15 from the Kinston 48.
I'm not sure we'll see that one again, Josh. I don't think Webster has mastered the left-handed option pitch yet.
No, you're not kidding. Clock moving near 6.25 minutes left to go. Third down and 15, 12-0. Kinston's up on Washington. Ball's at the left hash. Snap is to Webster. He has time. Now he doesn't. Ragland pressures him. He can't get him, but the second Russian defenders do. Ball is loose. Washington picks it up, and inside the 30-yard line is Logan Little. Johnny on the spot has the football, and the Pan Pack, down 12-0, forces another turnover on defense.
That was a heads-up play. I know most people would say cover that up, but Logan felt like it was right to try to pick it and go.
So the sack strip gives Washington the football at the 29-yard line of Kinston. Back-to-back drives for Kinston result in fumbles. First by Taj Ramsey, the running back, and then with pressure trying to make a play is Cameron Webster, and he lost the football as he was going down to the field. Short sets, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff goes to Jaquez Ruffin running right. The penalty flags came in first. I think it's going to be offside. It is, which comes to surprise you because usually the protocol on offsides plays is that you let the play happen and Washington can choose whether or not to enforce the yardage. But regardless, it's first down and 5.
Right. It would have been nice to have a free play there, but we'll take the 1st and 5.
From the 24-yard line of Kinston, first down and 5, ball at the right hash. The deep back is Hakeem Ruffin. Here comes Swapo in motion, and Frederick Holscher keeps it after 2 fakes, and he's brought down for a loss of 2. Corley Davis wasn't buying any of it and went after the quarterback and bear hugged him to the field. Second down and 7 forthcoming from the 26-yard line.
I think Hakeem Ruffin was on the wrong side of Frederick on that one. It looked like we just missed each other.
It was miscommunication for sure. I don't think Frederick expected to be holding on to the football there. He paid for it too. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the first half, and Washington calls for time. We'll take it with them. Back in a minute with Washington down 12-0 on WTIB.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Washington High School Playmakers will present the play Dearly Beloved by Jesse Jones, Nicholas Hope, and Jamie Wooten on Friday and Saturday, October 21st and 22nd at 7 p.m. in the Washington High School Auditorium. Tickets are $5 and can be purchased from a cast member at the school or at the door. Please contact Mr. Travis Carter.
Out of the Washington High timeout, the Pan Pack faces second down and 7 from the 26-yard line of Kinston High School following a fumble. Play action fake for Holscher. He gets hit as he throws right sideline, and it's incomplete. Drew Ferguson kind of left shrugging, wondering, why didn't you wait for me to break on the route? Well, I don't think he saw that Frederick Holscher was hit pretty good as he let it go by Jarquez Bazell.
That's right. While Drew wasn't looking, Frederick was running for his life.
5:22 left to go. Second quarter. 12-0 Kinston. Off a touchdown run by Cameron Webster and a 75-yard throw by the Kinston quarterback connecting with Daynard Branch. Snap is to Holscher. He fakes to nobody, runs right up the middle. He may be close to a first down anyway. To the 19-yard line. That's where the line of scrimmage is. It's a first down for Washington on a broken play, and Frederick Holscher lowered his shoulder and got the first down for the Pack.
You know, that was a broken play, but we might put that one in the playbook. That was pretty good.
If it works, it works. Washington has it at the 19-yard line of Kinston. Fans looking for something to cheer about on this military appreciation night. 5:07 and the clock moving, left to go in the second quarter. Washington down 12-0. 4 receivers out of there. Snap is to Holscher. He hands off to Hakeem Ruffin. Make that sway Poe. Poe gets to the boundary, and he is pushed out of bounds for a gain of 3, maybe 4. Tykel Harvey Grady pushed him out of bounds on the Washington sideline.
Gosh, Sports Sawyer came back to the sideline last play just laughing. I bet he's saying, can you do that again?
It's a 4-yard gain on first down. Second down and 6 coming up from the 14-yard line of Kinston. The original line of scrimmage was the 18-yard line. Washington needs to get to the Kinston 8. Hakeem Ruffin comes out as the deep back. Washington's working out of this wing T look now, which now looks more like a pistol formation. Snap is to Holscher. Fakes to Black. It's up the middle to Hakeem Ruffin, and he's inside the 10-yard line in between the tackles and appears to be just short of the line he needs to gain. Cavante Bradford and Tykel Harvey Grady got him. It is a 5-yard gain, but they're going to give Washington the first down here. No complaining up here. I don't know about that. But first down and goal anyway from the 9-yard line.
Josh, for the first time this season, I'm seeing the Washington offensive line winning the battle up front. They had those guys on roller skates.
Clock issue pick. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. And Washington's coming in on the 10-yard line. Second time Washington's entered the red zone. Last drive ended with Washington stalling out a yard short of the first down inside the 10. Here's first down and goal. Handoff goes to Swapo on the right side. He's inside the 10 or inside the 6 to the 5-yard line before being pushed out by Bradford. He gets about 2 yards where they'll spot him at the 6. Second down and goal from the 6-yard line forthcoming.
Interesting call there, Josh. Fort Sawyer is known for running to the wide side of the field. That's 2 plays in a row he's brought Sway Poe back around to the short side.
The question is whether or not they'll put the ball through the air. Holster's just 1 for 2 passing. The first completion came for 17 yards. Handoff goes up the middle to Hakeem Ruff, and he's held up by his own teammate, and Kinston finishes the job there. Miles Moy brought down Hakeem. No gain. So third down 6 coming up, or third down goal from the 6 coming up for this Washington offense at the right hash.
Really big call here without Ben McKeithen on the sideline as a field goal threat. We gotta be thinking 2-down territory here.
Timeout Washington. We'll take it with them. 12-0 Kinston. Big play coming up for the Pan Pack. 12-0's the score. Kinston's up, but it's third down and goal for the Pan Pack from the 6-yard line. 4:05 left to go. Toss play goes left to Swapo. He's trying to get around the edge, can't. He pushes ahead inside the 5, near the goal line. No signal yet, but Swapo appears to be short, and the officials agree. About a half-yard short of the end zone. Swapo was met right at the line of scrimmage, but still pushed ahead to get 5 on third down and goal from the 6. I don't think there's a question here. You have to go for it. Bizel stops Swapo just short of the goal line.
In years past, we've had a U-Haul, a Bubba, some kind of huge formation. We just don't have that kind of size this year.
Interesting here. The left tackle's been replaced. Mitchell Cobb is replaced by Uriah Lawrence, who's typically an outside backer. 3:18 left to go. Holscher hands off to Poe. He is snowed under behind the line. Turnover on down. There was Tykel Harvey Grady again. And that Kinston front pushed the Washington line back for a loss of 2. 3:13 left to go. Kinston will have it at its own 3-yard line. That was a big play, Archie.
That was huge. We got 1 timeout left here, Josh, and I know that John Blank has seen a slow snap on the punts for Kinston. If we can kind of keep them bottled up down here and maybe force some action in the end zone, that might work to our benefit.
You can always get the 2 here. Call it the 3. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left of Cameron Webster, who stands in the shotgun. Washington showing not much pressure, 3-4 defense. In motion comes Kinsey. Handoff up the middle after the jet sweep fake, and It looks like Lindsey's going to get about 3, maybe 4 yards on first down. We'll call it 4, setting up second down and 6. Michael Clark has the tackle for Washington. Inside 3 minutes left to go. This is a time where you'd really want a 3 and out, but Washington's defense has done the job, forcing fumbles on the last 2 drives, including a strip sack on the most recent Kinston possession. Second down 6 from the 8. Snap is to Webster. Handoff to Lindsey up the middle, and Ramsey has 3 more yards out to the 11. Austin O'Neill with his hand down on the near side of the line. Stopped the Kinston back a yard short of the first down.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
3rd down and 2 officially. They need to get to the 13. They're at the 11. 4 receiver formation. Ramsey's the back. He gets it, and it's close. Stopped right at the line. There was Austin O'Neill. Michael Clark and Logan Little were in the neighborhood as well. It depends on the spot, but I believe Washington stopped Kinston short here. And they're calling first down. He needed to get to the 13. He got right there. First down, Kinston. That spot had him closer to the 15-yard line. 2 minutes, 3 seconds left. We'll see if Kinston runs it conservative here or tries to add to its lead here on the road in the latter moments of the first half. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Moving from right to left, the Kinston Vikings. Deep pass down the middle of the field, and it's shot way too long. Giselle Jacobs facing up nicely on the back pedal was Cooper Anderson in coverage. Second down 10 coming up with 1:48 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, that was good coverage. Cooper's got to remember, though, to look back so that he doesn't get called for facing up inside of his coverage.
12-0 Kinston on the scoreboard. Washington came up empty twice inside the 10-yard line. Kinston has 2 turnovers in this first half. Washington's mixing its coverage after Kinston changed the call at the line. Handoff goes to the far side, now to the near for Ramsey, who waits for a block to develop. He gets over the 25 before he's spun down inside the 30. Jaquez Ruffin got there late, but it's a first down for Kinston. He was kept in bounds, so the clock will start when the sticks are set. 1:41 left to go. First down and 10 for the white-shirted and white-panted Kinston Vikings. White helmets as well. Cameron Webster's the quarterback, having a good first half. He wants the snap. He has the snap. Looks right. Gonna throw right. Ball tipped at the line. Still gets to its receiver. Slanting in, making the grab at the sticks is Jaquez Pizzell. First down and 10 for Kinston at the 41-yard line. 1:27 left to go. The clock will stop until the sticks are set once again.
Nazir Hardy's done a great job on him out there. You just can't shut him down entirely.
Hardy got the stop after the catch was made. And the officials start the clock now. And right after the whistle goes, Webster barks out some commands. 4 receivers set from the gun. The snap's taken to him. Bull rush up the middle, and hit is the quarterback. Throw across the middle. Pass tipped and picked. Nazir Hardy has the interception for Washington, and he's down at the 50-yard line. 3 picks in 2 games. 3 straight drives for Kinston. Ends and turnovers. Cooper Anderson tipped the ball after the rush came in right up the middle, and it was Uriah Lawrence coming in and applying the hit on the quarterback Webster. Washington, with 1:09 left to go in the first half, may be able to salvage some points before heading to the locker room.
We need to get something out of this. Defense is playing great.
Wing T formation out there. Standing in a pistol sets, the quarterback Holscher fakes the handoff to Black, goes up the middle to Ruffin. He breaks out to the left side of the line, and running behind left guard, he's going to get about 4 yards, make it 5 on first down and 10. Clock's moving inside, 1 minute left to go. Cavante Bradford, the middle linebacker from Kinston, dropped him. Line of scrimmage is the 46-yard line of Kinston. Now the clock's at 47 seconds. Washington appears to not be in a hurry, and the officials are calling for a timeout.
That's Hakeem Ruffin coming off. He's banged up.
If the officials are going to call for a timeout with the injured player, you'd think they wouldn't let 13 seconds run before.
Yeah, he was off to the side, outside their field of vision.
Seems to be nursing some type of a shoulder or an arm concern. Clock now moving inside 40 seconds with Ruffin off the field. Snaps the Holscher. He hands off to Ruffin, running across the near side. He has blockers. Gets across the 40. Stays up on his feet at the 35. Spins inside the 30. He cuts back to the 20. And he's dropped there late by Giselle Jacobs. It's a gain of 27 yards for Washington High on second down. And with 26.9 left to go, Washington calls for time after the big run play by Shui Po.
Awesome balance out there. He got tripped up but kept his feet, added another 15 yards to the carry.
We'll keep it right here. At halftime, we'll have Kyle Gallagher provide us some halftime scores and also take a look at what's going on, or really just take a look with those scores of what happened over the weekend and what's happening in the news. We'll rejoin the presidential debates on 103.7 WTIB after this game ends. Also, we'll hear from our Pan-Pac profile, which is this week Nazir Hardy, who just booked his third interception in 2 games. 26.9 seconds left to go. And Frederick Holscher's only thrown 2 passes, one a completion for 17 yards, the other one incomplete while being hit on the last drive. Line of scrimmage is the 18, so the run's officially 28 yards for Shui Po. What would you do here, Archie? No timeouts.
Yeah, no timeouts, but that doesn't usually stop Sport Sawyer from running the football. But I think we've got to throw the ball, maybe look for Drew Ferguson again.
Tyshawn Robertson is in the formation. Standing next to Holscher, as is Jaquez Ruffin. Don't see Shui Po out there. Snap is the Holscher. Hands to Robertson. He wants to throw. Throws the football, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Kinston at the 10. You have the backup quarterback in there. You give the ball to him, and it kind of just flutters off of his hands. And Andrew Goyette has the interception. The strong side linebacker fielded it like a center fielder. 21.8 seconds left to go. That's the first turnover for Washington, but the third straight drive that ends inside the red zone with no points for the Pan-Pac.
Yeah, there was a little more traffic on that side than we would like to see for a play like that, but that's where the phrase dead duck came from.
Kinston, last 3 drives have ended as such. Turnover on a fumble by running back Taj Ramsey, and then a strip sack fumble after Cameron Webster was nearly brought down to the field but lost the ball. And then Webster was picked off on a tip pass from Anderson, and Nazir Hardy hauled in. Webster takes the snap and knees the football down to end the first half. 12-0 is your score. Kinston on top with touchdown run. A touchdown run by Cameron Webster and an 80 or 75-yard touchdown pass between Webster and Daynard Branch. And John Torra-Kinsey took one high step and gets ready to approach the football from the left. Ball's at the 40. Picture perfect weather conditions here at Wagner Stadium off the Pamlico in Washington. He approaches it straight on now, boots it right up the middle, takes 2 hops before it's picked up by Jaquez Ruffin on the far side. He'll now run it to the middle of the field before he is brought down by a host of Kinston players. Only a gain of about 4 or 5 on the return. Chris Davis was the first man in for Kinston. After the 5-yard return, Washington will take over at the 25-yard line. With Frederick Holscher coming back out, what adjustments do you think the Pan-Pac needs to make on offense?
Well, what we got to do is find a way to spread them. I know we're packing it in tight to block those guys on the edge, but it's just playing right into their hands.
Holscher 1 for 2 passing for 17 yards in the first half. Couple rushing attempts, 4 attempts for 20 yards. Snap is the Holscher, handoff to Ruffin. He runs right side. It's Shui Po, rather, and he gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line before being shoved out by Cavante Bradford. Washington will be short of the first down stick. 2nd down and 2 coming up from the 33-yard line. 12-0 Kinston. First drive of the second half, 30 seconds into the third quarter. In the first half, Hakeem Ruffin rushed it 7 times for 31 yards. Sway Poe, 15 rushes for 54. That was his 16th rush. Now the carry for Frederick Holscher after he fakes to Matt Black. He dives ahead and has the first down. Yet another designed run. This one for sure designed for Holscher. Tykel Harvey Grady couldn't get Holscher before he gets the first down. There's an injured Kinston defensive lineman down on the far side. He's on his side, and it's tough to identify the number. We'll get to that in a second. We'll be back in a minute on WTIB.
It's a big loss for them if he doesn't come back. That's the defensive tackle that's been
making
the run.
that 68.
Yeah. Vince Wilfork, you guys keep trying to run that. One play after halftime.
Number 68, Miles Moy, shaken up on the play. Let's give him a hand. First and 10 for the Big Blue, the ball at the 36. Number 68, Miles Moy, shaken up on the play. Let's give him a hand. First and 10 for the Big Blue, the ball at the 36.
First down and 10 for the Washington offense after the injury to Miles Moy. It came after Frederick Holscher tucked it under and got the first down. Jaquez Ruffin went up the middle, and Harvey Grady there to meet him again. It's going to be a gain of a half a yard, maybe a full yard. Second down and 9 at the middle of the field. Ball's at the 37-yard line of Washington. The Pan Pack attacking from left to right. 3 backs in the formation. Snap to the Holscher. Here's Sway Poe running right. He is swarmed under after a short game. Giselle Jacobs got him on the boundary. It's a gain of 2 more yards. So it will be 3rd down and 7 from the 39-yard line. Washington needs to get to the 46.
Josh, Sway Poe has been the workhorse tonight. I'm just not sure he's used to carrying the ball that much, but he's going to have to.
17 carries now in 3 consecutive games, matching his career high. His next carry will be a career high for the senior. Inside 10 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. Snaps the Holscher. Fakes to Matt Black on the jet sweep. He'll run it himself right, and just outside the hash marks between the numbers, he gets a couple more. On 3rd down and 7, he's short of the sticks by about 4 yards. So 4th down and 4 from the 42-yard line coming up. Cavante Bradford is the outside backer who was watching the quarterback. He applied the stop, and the Pack will punt on its first drive. Don't want to take any chances if you don't have to, especially with the way the defense is playing and forcing turnovers. Back is Tyler Harrell, who's in the place of Ben McKeithen. Snaps back to him. He boots a high spiraling punt that bounces at the 26-yard line, gets past Giselle Jacobs. He fields it at his own 15, and he's brought down inside the 20-yard line by Nazir Hardy. Hardy got him back there. It's an outstanding punt. No gain at the 13-yard line. My goodness, that is exactly what you're looking for if you're Washington High School, as the Pan Pack really needed something. It's a punt of 46 yards with the bounce included. 9:05 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Kinston takes the field for its first drive. First down and 10 from the 12-yard line, right hash. 4 receiver set for Webster, facing a 3-4 Washington D. And the handoff goes left side. Trying to get around the edge is Ramsey. He does. He breaks out of 1 tackle, and Washington has to catch him from behind after a big gain. Penalty flags are down at the hash marks on the near side. Running on the long side of the field, Taj Ramsey got out to the 32-yard line. Michael Clark hawked him down, but penalty flags appear to be pointing in the direction of Kinston, and a holding call will bring the Vikings back.
Josh, right now I'm seeing, look at the body language of Kinston. They got hands on hip. They're really worn out. If the Pam Pack can just get the ball back and start moving, I think they could do something here.
After it's all said and done, they're going to get him a gain of 1 yard from the 13 to the 14-yard line.
Will remain first down and 9.
So here comes first down and 9 for Kinston after the holding play. Clock moving inside of 9 minutes left to go, third quarter. 12-0 to score, Kinston on top. They haven't scored since the first quarter. Snap is to Webster. Broken play. He's going to run right. He is hit from the side, but gets a couple of more yards. Logan Little applied the initial contact and will get credited for the tackle, but he could have got him right at the line of scrimmage. Instead, he allowed him out to the 19-yard line for a gain of 5, bringing up more of 4 yards. That'll be second down and 5 forthcoming.
Yeah, Josh, Logan's stepping into that linebacker spot from the safety, but people don't realize first 2 years of football here at Washington, he was a linebacker.
So Little's playing at linebacker since Halbert moved up to replace Raekwon Ross at the nose guard spot. 8:02 left to go, third quarter. Snap is to Webster on second down and 5, and he fakes the read and gets hit in the backfield. Uriah Lawrence is there, as is Turner Ragland. Penalty flags on the field, and it's holding on Kinston. Do you accept this penalty and give the down advantage for Kinston to make it second down and 15 or second down and 20, depending on where the foul took place? Or do you make it third down and about 8 or 9 and try to get a stop on one play?
I was going to tell you I was sure that they would accept it, but I see Sports Sawyer declining the penalty, so I'll say they're going to decline.
Good call. Sports Sawyer declines the penalty, trusting his defense, which is coordinated by John Blank. With the loss of 4, it'll be third down and 9. Let's see where the ball's put down. It's actually at the 16. Kinston needs to get to the 24. Ball at the right hash. So third down and 8 officially. 7:35 left to go. Coming out to the long side of the formation is Ramsey. Now he's brought back in near the quarterback by Webster. And the penalty or the delay of game comes out. The flag is going to come out. Did they get the timeout before? They do. 12-0 to score. We'll take the break with them. Kinston on top. Big third down coming up.
Don't worry about the debate. Mr. Wilson, if I gave him the score, he'd call it out for the debate. What to say? Donald Trump 40, Clinton 2. What is it? I don't know what it is. It hasn't even started yet. How do you score a debate? I don't even know how you score it. I don't know who it is. Because both teams are going to come out and saying they won. I'm going to tell you that. See, we'll just close the gap a bunch. Travels, all I see is Trump posters. I don't see any Hillary. Yeah. I don't know what color they are. Blue and white are kind of not a Carolina blue, but an aquamarine blue and white. Each with an arrow. Okay, maybe I have seen that. I hadn't seen many either. To be honest. Too much time.
Third down and 8 for Kinston. 7:20 left to go. Snap is to Webster. He looks, and he is brought down in the backfield. Turner Ragland was in the area and got him for the sack. And it looked like, Archie, that was more of a coverage sack, if anything else, as Webster had a little bit of time to throw.
He certainly did. He checked off at least twice. Looked down his checkoff list, but we were right there with pressure up the middle.
He got a gain of a couple of yards, so we can't really call it a sack for Ragland. Line of scrimmage is the 18. It's bounced to Kinsey on the snap, who punts a line drive right up the middle. Takes one bounce and gets away from Matt Black, who has to let it ride inside the 40, down at the 38-yard line. So with the line of scrimmage being the 18, that is a punt of 44 yards down to the 38-yard line of Washington. Give Kinston and that kid some credit. It was a low snap that bounced back to him. He got it off, and it was a good one of 44 yards.
Yeah, we would have loved to have seen Matt Black get his hands on that, but he did the right thing getting away from the ball.
Webster, by the way, the quarterback for Kinston, 6 for 11, 147 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Frederick Holscher starting to pick it up, running the football a little bit. Only 1 for 2 passing, though, with a 17-yard gain. 6:38 left to go. Line of scrimmage is the 38. Washington has the snap with Holscher. Hands off on a jet sweep to Black, and he is stormed back in the backfield for a big loss on first down. 5 or 6 yards. Hit in the backfield by Derek Hill Williams. With 6:23 left to go, Washington needs to start to get something together offensively because the defense is doing the job. Washington has to get some points on the board.
Yeah, exactly. I think we've got Kinston a little bit tired, so we try to take it to him here.
5-yard loss, 2nd down, 15 from the 34-yard line. Wing T formation again. Snap comes to Holscher. He hands off to Hakeem Ruffin, who runs right, gets a yard. 3rd down, 14 will be coming up from the right hash. Sway Poe actually got the carry, I beg your pardon. And that is his 18th carry of the game, a career high for Sway Poe.
He's a great little runner. I just don't know how durable he is.
5 minutes, 35 seconds left to go. Washington down 12-0 with the clock moving. 3 receivers in the formation, all tight set. Play action fake. Holscher has time. Throws across the middle, way too tall. Right sideline of Matt Black. It's incomplete. And he comes to the sideline, hobbling a bit. 4th down and 14 coming up. Washington will have to punt it away.
Easy to say from here, Josh, but Dawson Elks was wide open down the middle of the field.
It was congested, those short sets, and it seemed like there's a couple receivers not too far from each other. That typically leads you to believe that somebody didn't run a proper route, but you were right on that left side, middle of the field. Dawson Elks was there. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left to go. 4th down and 14 from the 35-yard line. Tyler Harrell to boot this one away. And it looks like there's too many men on the field.
They keep running them on and off.
Can't have 12 on the field. No penalty flag's been tossed yet.
Now we
Back judge got the penalty flag in. Too many men on for Kinston. And Ken McDonald brought the call over to us. 5:24 left to go. That moves Washington up to the 40-yard line to punt it away. The return man is Giselle Jacobs. He stands at the 30-yard line. His heels are there. Back at his own 30-yard line is Harrell. Waiting for the snap back. Has his hands on his pant legs. Has the high snap, boots it away with the right foot, low spiraling kick, takes a bounce at the 40, rolling towards the sideline, near side, and Turner Ragland downs it at the 38-yard line. It's a punt of 22 yards. 5:16 left to go. Tyler Harrell's had a couple of good punts in relief of Ben McKeithen. That was not one of his finer ones.
No, and interesting note, Ben's back on the sideline, but I don't think we're going to see him tonight. He's got his soccer uniform on.
That's never a good sign if you don't have the right uniform on. 5:16 left to go. But what do I know? Kinston moving from right to left. You're listening to 103.7 WTIB and coverage of Washington High School football. The Pan Pack is 0-4 facing the Kinston Vikings, who are 3-2 after going 15-1 and appearing in the state championship last year. Cameron Webster directs 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left in a short set. 1 back is next to him. That's Ramsey. He has the snap, plenty of time to throw. Goes to the flat. It's caught by Branch. He breaks away from one defender, has great speed, has the first down, jukes out of another tackle, across the 45-yard line, and he is spun out of bounds at the 42-yard line, right in front of the Kinston bench. But man, when you get the ball into the hands of Daynard Branch, look out. Great speed and great elusiveness.
Yeah, and a great play call there. They ran everybody off down the right side and came back underneath with Branch.
5 minutes, 4 seconds left to go. 1st down and 10 for the Kinston Vikings at the right hash. Ball's actually at the 41 of Washington High. Kinston's up 12-0. Branch had the latest score. That came in the final stages of the first half, a 75-yard touchdown. Ramsey's right behind Webster in the gun. Trips receivers left. Short receiver on the right side of the field is Bizel. Draw play goes right up the middle, and we'll get about 2, maybe 3, depending on the spot. Walter Carter tripped up Taj Ramsey. That went right up the middle, and they give him 2.
I tell you, the Pan Pacs played good defense. They've stayed at home when they had to. We have one contained problem on the right side where we've had that before, but otherwise really holding this Kinston offense at bay.
2nd down 8, 4:20 left to go in the third quarter. Twins receivers to both sides. Wide sets to the near side left. Webster in the gun, has the snap, throws right, has his man right at the line of scrimmage, but the ball came loose at the end. Did he haul it in? It's a catch, and the catch made on the far side of the field by Bizel, who was hit right at the line of scrimmage by Nazir Hardy, who didn't let go of him even after he tried to turn upfield. It's a gain of 2 more yards, which will bring up, maybe he got 1 yard on the play according to the spot. So now it's 3rd down and 9 from the 38. Snapped is to the quarterback, Webster. He's flushed. He's sacked in the backfield. Uriah Lawrence got him. Turner Ragland in the area as well, bringing a bunch of pressure. It looked like O'Neal came off the block late and jumped on the quarterback. 3:15 left to go. It is a trio of Pan Pac defenders that bring back the Vikings quarterback. Here comes the punting unit. A loss of 7 yards brings up 4th down and 15.
I'll tell you, Josh, Turner Ragland is outsized on that offensive and defensive front, but he's a gamer.
Kinsey to boot it away. He receives the snap. Back is Jaquez Ruffin. Line drive right towards him. And Ruffin's going to field it at his own 20. Breaks out of a tackle. He has the 30, 35, 40. Cuts it back across the 45-yard line. He's at the 50. Stays on his feet just for a couple of moments. And he appeared to trip over a teammate. Andrew Goyette may have gotten a piece of him right across midfield. But Jaquez Ruffin picked it up at the 22-yard line and got it over to the 46 of Kinston. So it's a return of 32 yards for Jaquez Ruffin to the 46 of Kinston. And once again, Washington's in business. They have to do something with it, Archie.
Absolutely. But, you know, Washington and Kinston lets Washington hang around long enough. Lots of times that team that's the underdog will come up and bite you.
Matt Black's wide left, or make it Dawson out. Black's on the near side of the line, wing T formation, handoff up the middle. And we'll see who actually got that carry. I believe it was Hakeem Ruffin. It was. So Ruffin gets 2 yards on 1st down. He's back after he had added some tape to his left leg on that last series for Kinston. 2nd down, 8 coming up from the 44-yard line of Kinston. Matt Black's back in there as well after he appeared to stiffen something up, maybe a cramp on the last drive. 12-0 Kinston's the score. 2:05 left to go in the third quarter. Josh Graham, Archie Jennings, John McCormick, and Kyle Gallagher with you. And Washington calls its first timeout of the second half. We'll take it with them. 12-0 Kinston. We're back in a minute on WTID.
Concession stand over on the visiting side of the field next to the new field house is now offering Bill's hot dogs. They're on sale right now, 2 for $3. They're also selling Van Boosters seat cushions, $5. You can purchase those by the main gate. That's all available right now at the Van Booster concession stand.
I guess the guy that used to go get the Chick-fil-A's don't do that anymore. They still ain't put that 68 back in there.
Uriah Aaron for 8. Second down and 8 for Washington High School, and up the middle, Uriah Aaron with his first appearance in the game pushes forward for 3 more yards, so it'll be third down and 5 for Washington at the 41-yard line of Kinston. This is all coming after a big return for Jaquez Ruffin of 34 yards. 1:34 left to go in the third quarter. Frederick Holter creeps underneath center. Has the snap from Alston O'Neill. Hands off right side. Here's Swaypo. He has the first down and more. He's across the 35. Pushed down to the field at the 32-yard line by Cavante Bradford. It's a first down for Washington on third down and 9. Getting 9 yards down. Make it 10 to the 31-yard line of Kinston. Swaypo continuing to run strong. That's his 19th carry of the game, Archie.
They've got to be looking for that. I don't know if we have a fake series off that play, but if so, it'll be there.
1 minute, 20 seconds left to go, third quarter. Washington has been in the red zone 3 times and hasn't scored in the game. Aaron's in motion from the right side of the line to the left. Broken play. Here's Holster. He gets around the end. He's going to run it. Trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and he is brought down hellaciously to the field. And a late penalty flag flies in on a potential horse collaring call. But a penalty flag near side also flew onto the field, which means it might be offsetting penalties since that one's in the area of holding. So a horse collar and maybe a hold is what we saw. Let's see if the officials saw the same thing.
Never believe it. Saw it right back there.
We had a busted play there again, Josh. And Frederick did the best he could, but we had a really, really bad hold out on the edge.
Ken McDonald's the referee.
What you got?
That hold, I think, was by Logan Kraft, the right tackle. And they get the hold. And then you get the horse collar. Unfortunately for Washington, there's no call that offsets one more, where you have a personal foul and a holding call. So it's just going to be offset. But for Washington, it was a broken play anyway. You just hope that Frederick is okay. He appears to be so, and he earned himself a call to make it first down and 10 again from the 31. So there's that. 1 minute, 4 seconds left to go. The clock's halted. At the end of the line left is Swaypo, in the backfield Tykeem Ruffin. At the right side of the line is Uriah Aaron. The lone receiver set wide to the left is Dawson Elk. Snap. Handoff on the jet sweep. Here's Poe. Cuts it back. Middle of the field. He gets a couple. Going to have about a 2-yard gain to the 29-yard line. Second down and 8. Jarquez Giselle with the stop. 40 seconds left to go for third quarter. Clock continues to move with Washington down 12-0.
The temptation is to let that play develop. It's really a quick hitting play. You got to hit the hole whether it's there or not. Once
again, that same tight set formation here. Snap. Handoff Aaron. He gets out of the initial tackle. Gets to the left side. He's across the 25. He's down near the line to gain, which is the 21. We'll see where they spot him. Uriah Aaron near the 21-yard line. The clock continues to move, but we don't know if he has the first. Andrew Gwinnett and Nico Luder combined on the tackle, and down hurt is Luder. He was on his back and now on all fours, and now off on the field. The clock continues to move, and we're through 3 quarters. 12-0 Kinston. We're back for the fourth quarter in a moment. Washington needs some work to do, but they're closing in on the red zone on WTIV. Aaron just a couple of feet short of the first down. The line to gain is the 21-yard line. He's at the 22, but it's halfway between the 22 and the 21. Frederick Holscher, 1 for 3 passing for 17 yards, has 6 rushes for 26. He's a viable option here, as is Sway Poe, who has a career-high 19 carries in the game. Hakeem Ruffin has been hot with the hand the last couple of weeks, and Uriah Aaron just had the recent run to make this close. Third down and a couple of feet. 3 backs are out there. 2 at the end of the line. The deep back is Ruffin. In motion comes Sway Poe. It's a quarterback sneak for Holscher, and I think he has it. He pushes over the 20 and is down to the 19. A well-executed quarterback sneak to get 2.5 when he only needed the half.
Well, they didn't fake the Sway Poe there, but they ran him in motion. Clearly the defense was keying on him. Frederick slipped in underneath. Great call.
First down and 10 at the 19-yard line of Kinston. Washington's down 12-0. It's been that score since the first quarter. This Washington defense has done a great job adjusting later on in games. Remember, it was 26-0 against Roanoke Rapids. No points allowed in the second half. No points allowed in the last 2 quarters for John Blank's defense here. But Washington needs to score as it enters the red zone for the 4th time today. Holscher's underneath. Austin Neal to center. Snap to Holscher. Fakes the handoff, runs left. He is sacked in the backfield. And waving a salute is Cavante Bradford after bringing down Frederick Holscher. Bradford and Tykel Harvey Grady have been everywhere for this Kinston defense all throughout the game. It's a loss of 5, second down 15.
That's an interesting call there. I mean, clearly Frederick Holscher was shaken up a little bit on the quarterback sneak, came in, just did not have his legs under him for that carry.
Line of scrimmage is the 24-yard line. Ball's at the left hash. Inside 11 minutes left to go, still 12-0. Short sets for the backs in the backfield. There's 3 of them. Play action fake. No one blocks the man on the near side, and Reginald Clark buries Frederick Holscher for an 8-yard sack. That's going to be third down and 23 from the 32-yard line of Kinston. Once again, with a drive that started or ended up in the red zone, Washington's moving backwards. What do you call here on 3rd and 23?
Well, unfortunately, your quarterback's getting banged up, but I think you've got to run. I go back to that route with Drew Ferguson. He was wide open. I think he caught that first pass. He'll be ready for it.
Line of scrimmage is the 32. Washington needs to get to the 9-yard line of Kinston. We'll see what they draw up. 10-10 left to go, 4th quarter. Holscher. Hands off. Counterplay. Up the middle. Here's Matt Black. He's brought down. And at the 21-yard line, fans and players want a horse collar or a penalty against Kinston. But it appears that he got the jersey, but his hand was right in the area of that face mask. That would have been huge. Instead, it is only a gain of 10 yards. 4th down and 23 coming up from the 22-yard line of Kinston.
Here we go.
Jarquez Bazell nearly had him by the face mask. 9:30 left to go, 4th quarter. 12-0's the score. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Back in the backfield is Jaquez Ruffin. Snap is to Holscher. He doesn't have time. He's going to have to try and run it, and he's not going to go anywhere. He'll get a yard or 2, but needed to get 13 on 4th down. No one blocked either Byron Harvey or Reginald Clark on both ends of the line. It is the 4th in the red zone for Washington. Ends with a turnover on downs. Or 3 in with a turnover on downs, the other. An interception for Tyon Robertson.
Well, we need a 3-and-out right here. It's not over yet, but we're certainly not making the most of our opportunities.
That's very true. It was 26-3 heading into the 4th quarter, and Washington made it a 1-possession game and had the ball drive again against Roanoke Rapids. 9:18 left to go, or 9:16. Washington needs to get that stop, preferably a 3-and-out. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right of Cameron Webster, the quarterback. Webster takes the snap. Option play, running left. He'll take it himself. He's across the 25. He's across the 30. Jukes out of a tackle, and he's spun down at the 35-yard line. From the 21, it's a gain of 14 yards on 1st down and 10. 1st down for Kinston, and Jaquez Ruffin was the one to finally bring down the Kinston QB.
John Blank is furious. You've got to make him pitch the ball on that play. He's not very good at that. We saw that in the first half. I don't want him carrying the ball.
They're going to say the knee was down at the 33, so it's officially a run of 12. And hobbling is the quarterback, Cameron Webster, as he retreats back into the shotgun. Snap to Webster, inside handoff. Taj Ramsey is stuffed at the line. It'll be a loss of 2 for this Washington defense. A couple of Pan-Pac players were in on the tackle. DQ McCullough and Turner Ragland led the charge for the crew in blue. Second down 12 from the 31-yard line.
You know whose name we haven't heard in a while, Josh?
Who's that?
Branch.
We'll see if that's the direction they go in. Just such a lethal threat every time he gets his hands on the ball. I'm surprised we haven't seen more jet sweeps or reverses to try and get it to him. 8:15 left to go, and also he's not the return man for some reason. 8:15 left. Snap is a low one to Webster. He has it. It's a bull rush up the middle. Clark got him, but he threw it out in the flat, but it one-hops the receiver, running back Taj Ramsey. And hobbling noticeably now is Cameron Webster, the quarterback. Michael Clark was the first man in. A good job by Webster to get rid of it. Third down and 12 coming up from the 31.
That looked like the defense of old for the Pan-Pac, really getting after the quarterback, making their presence known.
Webster seems like an impenetrable quarterback at 5'10", 210 pounds, but he is hobbling, favoring that right foot. 8:08 left to go. The clock stopped. 2 receivers near side right. 2 to the left as Kinston At moves from left to right. Snap. Webster looks left. He's flushed out. Throws the ball anyway. Ball is stripped. Washington has it. It's a fumble, but no. They're going to rule it an incomplete pass. They're going to rule it an incomplete pass as Logan Little pulled it away as the quarterback threw the football. It is just an incomplete pass, but nearly a fumble.
That's where you'd like to see a review, no doubt.
7:57 left to go. This is high school football, though. You got to go with the official's call. And the back judge said incomplete pass. 4th down 12 from the 32-yard line. And you get the stop, most importantly. And there's still time left on the clock. We'll see if Washington sends the dogs here, as Kinsey has had a couple of them fielded down low, bounced to him on low snaps. At the 40 is Jaquez Ruffin for Washington. Low snap again, bounce to him. He trips up in the backfield. He's brought down. He's brought down at the 20. Ball don't lie.
Great call, Josh. Great call. You were right.
After the pass was called incomplete, not a fumble. It's a low snap, and Washington brought everyone. And I'll say it again. Yes, this may be football, but the ball didn't lie there. 7:51 left to go. Washington takes over at the 21-yard line. Walter Carter, Austin O'Neill, Logan Little, the 3 in the ballpark. 7:51 left to go. Washington needs the score here. The defense has done its part, as has the special teams unit. Receiver single to the left is Elks. It's a handoff left, and Matt Black will march into the red zone yet again to the 16-yard line for a gain of 5 on first down.
This is where the offensive line has really got to hurt itself. They've got Kinston front on their heels. They've got to really push them back.
Goyette brought down Black. 7:30 left to go. Clock moving. Washington down 12-0 here in the 4th quarter. On its home field, first game of 2 this week. Washington will face Plymouth at home on Friday night. 2 backs to the backfield. Snap is the Holscher. Handoff goes to Poe, and he runs into his own teammate, Ruffin, as he went down. Jerquez Bizel altered his path as well. It's going to be a loss of a yard.
Tykel Harvey shot the A-gap there. Busted it up.
3rd down 6. 16-yard line is the line of scrimmage. 6:54 left to go. Washington's 0-4. Kinston has a record of 3-2. Single receiver wide to the left is Black. Snap is the Holscher. Handoff goes to Ruffin. Here's Jaquez, but he's stormed under for a loss of 4 more. And it's Bizel again. He has great football IQ and great instincts. It's a 4-yard loss bringing up 4th down 10.
They're coming up the field with their ears pinned back. I just looked like a good situation for that counter trap that we love so much.
So it's 4th down and 11 from the 21 after a 5-yard loss. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Washington needs a first down. They bring in Quayshawn Gaynor and Tyshawn Robertson into the formation. They're wide to the right, as is Matt Black. Back next to Holscher is Sway Home. Snap to Holscher. He has time to pass. Throws across the middle. Pass is caught, but he might be short of the first. It depends where the spot is. Great falling catch from Matt Black to the 10.5-yard line. He needed to get right at the 10. I think they're going to rule him short. Oh, goodness. A tremendous catch, but Black didn't get to the sticks. A yard short yet again. Washington comes up empty for the 5th time in the red zone.
Well, if it's worth anything, we learned something there. Swapo can pick up a blitzing linebacker. We need to remember that.
That blitzing linebacker was Derrico Williams on that far side. I saw him coming in off the right. Now here comes this Kinston offense, which has been stagnant after such an electric start. 4-receiver formation. Looking left, looking right is Webster. And he looked to jump someone off sides with a hard count. And I think instead you have a false start. Raising his right arm in the air is Shy Hooker. That's going to move back Kinston. 6-yard lines, now the line of scrimmage. Half the distance on that. Or just 5 yards because it's at the 11, excuse me. 5:42 left. Washington might send some blitzers here. You'd imagine they would. Still 4 receivers out there for Kinston. In the guns, Webster. He wants the snap. He has it. Hands off to Ramsey. Running left. Gets out of one tackle. He's across the 10-yard line to the 11. 5-yard gain gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down 10 coming up with 5.5 minutes left to go. Washington only has 2 timeouts remaining. Quayshawn Gaynor applied the stop. DQ McCullough combined with him. 5:17 left to go.
That contain that we've missed every now and then was there. Very nicely done.
Washington has Gaynor coming to the wide side of the line. In motion from the left to the right of the formation's receiver, Jontora Kinsey. Webster has the snap. Looks towards Kinsey in the flat. He has it. And it's going to be a gain of a yard, if that, after he motored ahead. The pass was a little bit behind him. He had to reel it in. And the defensive end, Turner Ragland, was the one to grab him and bring him down.
That's a risky call there, but Webster's got the arm for it.
Gain of 1. 3rd down 9 from the 12-yard line. Ball's right at the middle of the field. Washington needs a stop here. 4:33 left to go. Washington still believes it's in the game. Snaps to Webster. It's a low one. He looks left. Rockets one. Deep down the left sideline. Out there's Hardy. He nearly picked it off, but it might have been better that he didn't. That's actually Rontavion Floyd, I beg your pardon. Great coverage on the speedy Daynard Branch. He was always a step ahead of him, and he bodied off the Kinston receiver to nearly pick off the pass. It's 4th down and 9 from the Kinston 12-yard line, and here comes Jontora Kinsey and the punting unit.
Great coverage by Rontavion. He's been given the toughest assignments each week, and he's been picked on because of it, but he was up to the task there.
The last 2 punts have been low ones, and Kinsey booted away the first one. The second one, he couldn't get away. He's standing at his own goal line, right at the 49-yard line with his heels on the 50, is Jaquez Ruffin, the return man. High snap this time. It's booted up. It's a short kick. Ruffin goes to fair catch it. It's off the head of the coverage man for Kinston. It was Reginald Clark. You can't do that. You have to allow Ruffin to field it, and here comes penalty flags. Washington's going to have great field position. He signaled for the fair catch, and you have to allow him to catch the football.
I've seen a lot of football. I've never seen that. I've seen the ball bounce into the defender quite often, but this hit literally off his helmet.
And it bounced forward. So Reginald Clark is claiming to, hey, I was just running over there. I thought I gave him room. Apparently he didn't. And the ball's going to move up a little bit. You have to turn your head a little bit to know where the ball is. So the kick catch interference moves Washington 5 yards or 10? Let's see where they move them. If it's 5, it's the 44. If it's 10, it's the 39 of Kinston. And with movement, it's 10. And I should correct, I mean the 44-yard line. A 15-yard penalty is going to be issued for this. So that puts Washington at the Kinston 29. And I'll say it again, Washington absolutely needs the score here, or else it's good night. 4:09 left. Washington down 12-0. Ball at the 29, first down 10. Snap to Holscher, looks left, throws left, has a man. Gainer, he overshot him. Gainer was open inside the 10, and he beat Bazell down that left sideline. Frederick Holscher shot one too tall.
Great action there. We stepped up in the pocket. We had time. All he had to do was put a little more air under it toward the center of the field, and he could have run underneath it.
Washington fans are on their feet. They've had several reasons to cheer, most of them for the defensive side and for the offense getting to the tougher part to move, and that's inside the red zone. Holscher snaps it left. Here's Sway Poe. Poe at the 30, cuts to the 25, and that's where he will be stopped. Goyette was there, as was Marlo Gray. It's a gain of 4 yards on second down and 10. That brings up third down 6 from the 25 in the left half.
Like those two calls there, Josh. Going forward on first down, coming back with a 4-yard gain on second down. Puts us in a good spot.
3 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Washington's down 12-0. They need to have a little bit more urgency than what they have right now. Third down 6. Washington only has 2 timeouts. Holscher in the gun. Takes the snap. Good block from Poe allows Holscher to roll out. He throws out to the flat, and it is incomplete. Off the hand of Mark Hulbert, the receiver out there. Hulbert is typically a linebacker or a defensive lineman. He's out in the pattern as a receiver. Couldn't haul it in. Which means Holscher's now 1 for 4 passing. Bringing up fourth down 6. You only have so many shots in the barrel. And Washington has spoiled 5 trips inside the 20-yard line in the red zone. Got no points to show for it. 12-0 to score. Washington has it at the 25-yard line. Fourth down 6. They need to get to the 19 of Kinston. This is the game right here. Snap to Holscher. Looks left. Blitz coming in. Holscher's going to get away from one rusher. Get away from 2. He has to get to the line, though he can't. He's sacked on the near side. Ball came loose. Jericho Williams picks it up for Kinston, and Byron Harvey was the one to strip it away. Kinston takes over off the second Washington turnover at the 37-yard line.
A lot of frustration down on that sideline right now.
A lot of frustration in the stands, too. And maybe here in the press box. Who knows? 3:14 left. Kinston takes over and looks to advance to 4-2 heading into its matchup with South Lenore later this week. Washington looks like it's going to fall to 0-5 before it hosts Plymouth here later this week on Friday night. If the score holds up, it'll be the 3rd game this year that Washington's been held to no score. They were at Havelock and Tarboro the first 2 games. Games they dropped by a combined score of 56-0. Handoff goes up the middle. And it is a fake, actually, the quarterback coming up the middle. And Webster gets about 5, maybe 6 before Cooper Anderson, the free safety, applied the boom. Inside 3 minutes left to go. It'll be second down, and wow, they give him 8 yards. Second down and 2 from the 46-yard line.
Right, that's just adding insult to injury. He flat ran over the Washington defense then.
He's burly, 5'10", 210 pounds. He's kind of emerged recently. There was a thought that Ryan Kieselman, the head coach from Kinston, might bench him in favor of Kieran Hooker, but instead it's Ben Webster, and he's proven to throw the deep ball and also be able to run and be a handful for defenders. Draw play up the middle on second down 2, and Ramsey appears to have all he needed to get. 2-yard gain gives the Vikings the first down. 2:21 left. Let's see if Washington calls timeouts here. It doesn't appear they're going to. They might measure, they might not. Let's pause for 10 seconds for station ID. Option play goes left for the quarterback Webster, who gets buried as he beats it back to Ramsey. Ramsey slow to get up, and Webster's on all fours. It is going to be stuffed on second down, and Washington calls for time. That's actually first down and 10, rather. A loss of 3 yards on the option play, and both Ramsey and Webster go to the sideline injured. Timeout for Washington, and we'll keep it right here. 1:51 left to go, 12-0 to score. Kinston's on top. We're so glad you're joining us on a Monday night football for Washington High. This game was originally scheduled for Thursday night, but weather forced this game to be pushed here, allowing or forcing Washington to play 2 games in the same week. Third time this year out of the 5 games that Washington had its originally scheduled game moved, or the time at least. This loss of 3 sets up second down and 13 from the 45-yard line of Kinston. Kinston had all 12 of its points scored in the first quarter.
Josh, you got one more timeout here. We burned one earlier in the quarter. I think you got to try to make anything good happen here. So let's give it a shot.
Big formation in for Washington up front. It appears they're expecting run. 1:51 left. Out comes Kinston. Very wide sets for the receiver on the far side, near side, I should say. That being Bazell. It's a handoff, though, to stretch out that formation. And breaking out of a tackle is Bradford. He's across the 50, spins forward, gets to the 45. And on second down and 13, it's a pretty good gain for Washington, or excuse me, for Kinston. Gain of 8 yards. It'll be third down and 5 coming up. And he stayed in bounds, more importantly, on the near side.
That's that extremely wide set we talked about in the pregame. What it did was make our corner take a bad angle coming in and miss.
We'll rejoin, or we'll go straight into coverage of the first presidential debate when this one ends. 1:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. Clock moving, Washington not stopping the clock.
Electricity won't pay for an electrical fire. Luckily, the Geico insurance
Well, waiting the snap is Webster. He has handoff. Bradford running left. He breaks through the line, gets to the 40-yard line, maybe a yard further to the 39. Austin O'Neill applies the hit. Should be worth noting, Kinston won the last game 48-18, but 3 touchdowns were scored in the final minute and 8 of that game. 49.5 left to go. Washington calls for time. We'll take it with them. 12-0 Kinston in the final minute of this one. Washington's going to fall to 0-5.
Make them think about it, I reckon. Well, it looks like Lisa won't have to paint. They won't have to paint the field again. Sweet. Who's the blank lookalike? The new coach. The little guy, little short guy.
Puts knee down at the 40-yard line.
The right knee down for Cameron Webster to close this one out. They have to snap it one more time on second down 11. Final score is going to be Kinston 12, Washington no score. Third time that Washington's going to be shut out this season. The Pan Pack will fall to 0-5. Kinston will improve to 4-2. The Pan Pack has Plymouth next or this week, Friday night, 7:30 kickoff time with our pregame coverage starting at 7 o'clock. Cameron Webster lifts his way to the far sideline after kneeing this one down. They did everything they had to survive, but it's really about that defense, which right in the teeth of things in their own territory, inside their own red zone, they made the plays that allowed for the Vikings to win tonight, Archie.
That's exactly right. When they got to the short field, we could move the ball up into the 20, but after that, they shut us down.
We're going to step aside. We'll update you on statistics and recap how this one went when we return from a break. Your final score reads Kinston 12, Washington no score on 103.7 WCIB.